Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon Geeky sitting this video out, but we're going to talk about Hollywood in 2023. It's not looking very good. Things aren't looking very good. In fact, there was an article in Variety talking about how Hollywood in 2023 is going to have an extremely bumpy ride, lots of competition, no major tentpoles in sight. Streaming is declining, and it looks like, YouTube is eating their lunch, continues to eat their lunch. This just broke today that YouTube closed the deal with the NFL. That means that more people are going to be watching YouTube because they're going to watch football, which means there's a chance they might watch us, even though I don't think a good portion of our audience watches football. We'll take it. I'm sure the ad rates are going to go up. I'm sure things are going to be fine for us, right? But Hollywood in general is kind of in full-on panic mode. Lots of people getting laid off, lots of consolidation. We did a video the other day talking about predictions for 2023, and a lot of the predictions were mergers, acquisitions, everything kind of blending together. Netflix might buy a studio, but Netflix isn't doing that great either. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 283,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about Hollywood. We talk about pop culture, movies. It's so funny that they're talking about how dismal 2023 is going to be, and the poster child for that is Batgirl. Batgirl, which was canceled by David Zaslav, and I do think we're going to see a lot more cancellations before it's all said and done. And again, why they're pushing forward with The Flash is beyond me, but we'll talk about this. And then we'll talk about this YouTube NFL deal, because this shows that lines are getting blurred quite a bit between old school media and the internet. I mean, obviously, with streaming services and stuff. But I think YouTube is eating Hollywood's lunch, and it's going to continue to eat Hollywood's lunch, and I'm fine with that. You fine with that? I think we're all fine with that. Coming from Variety, Hollywood outlook for 2023, extremely bumpy. Hollywood is in for a bumpy ride in 2023. Like I said before, guys, winter is here. Winter is not coming. Winter is here. Ask people in the tech sector. Ask people working white-collar jobs how things are going. All of these layoffs right before Christmas, and Hollywood is not immune at all. With the economy once again on the brink of a recession and cutbacks hitting hard all over town, the entertainment industry is bracing for more challenges in the year ahead. Among the many question marks for 2023, will the movie business revive to pre-pandemic levels? I don't think so. When will the high drama at Disney and Warner Brothers settle down, and how viable is streaming as a business model for legacy media companies? Interesting. So they're talking about movies. When will the exhibition business truly be boffo again? Avatar: The Way of Water dominated at the box office over the weekend, but its opening haul fell short of 2022 Marvel releases, including Wakanda Forever, which fell short of the original Black Panther movie, and cannot paper over the ongoing difficulties of mid-range films, such as Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. Theater owners have been lamenting the meager release slate for months, and it doesn't look like studios will return to pre-pandemic output levels anytime soon. So the outlook is troubled. So they can't decide what they want to do. They're like, oh, we're going all in on streaming. No, we're gonna go back to the theaters because we have a couple of hits. Nah, it's not too good. Let's go back to streaming. But we're not making money on streaming. We're spending more money making content for streaming. We're not getting the returns that we would get if we were released it theatrically, but people aren't going to the theater. Speaking of which, streaming's reality check. Netflix Q1 2022 subscriber miss forced the industry to re-examine bullish predictions about the sector's growth. And of course, we know what's going on with Disney, that apparently Disney spent way more money producing content for Disney Plus than was previously thought, that Bob Chapek was actually pushing money around from other segments of Disney to pay for Disney Plus content. And now he's gone. But I think that these streamers are basically racing to the bottom of the barrel. They're spending more and more and more money greenlighting or buying everything they can, hoping for a hit. And every once in a while they get a Stranger Things. Every once in a while they get a Mandalorian season 1. But it's not all going to be that way. And there's a lot of consumer burnout too, right? Layoffs and cancellations commenced, none more startling to the creative community than Zaslav's decision to write off Batgirl, greenlit by the previous leadership at Warner Media for HBO Max. This here today, gone tomorrow approach to distribution unnerved creatives behind shows, some of whom had spent years developing their projects. The outlook, they say, is mixed. Streaming is here to stay, but so likely are scaled back expenditures and a reliance on ad-supported options as the sector matures. Basically, it's just TV. It's just YouTube. And we're going to talk about that because YouTube is absolutely going to eat. If everything is basically YouTube at this point, YouTube is going to eat their lunch. Ads are regaining favor. With cord cutting continuing and content costs high, streamers began leaning more heavily into ad-supported options in 2022. The problem is, and they're doing this, Disney Plus and Netflix. The problem is the ad rates are down because of the impending recession. People aren't spending the money they were spending. The outlook's positive. The threat of TV shifting to entirely subscription models is fading fast. Post-peak TV. Networks and streaming services are ready to cancel shows on a moment's notice, and cost containment, a mandate from C-suites. We might finally have to move to post-peak TV. In 2023, we should get a better idea of whether that mountain of content has been scaled, and whether the upcoming Emmy season will be less punishing. Outlook. Sanity seems to be returning as the volume of content production slowly and inevitably ebbs. Basically, too much crap. There's been too much crap greenlit over the last 5 to 6 years, especially in the last couple of years. And if you look at the stuff getting cut, we've talked about it before, we've done videos about it before, the stuff that's getting cut is the stuff nobody wants to watch. Anti-Racist Baby, the series. Nobody's watching that. The Meghan Markle cartoon. Nobody wants to watch it. So they're canceling this stuff. They're talking about the end of Me Too. They're talking about the ticketing drama. And golden future, whatever. Let's talk about this YouTube thing because this is really interesting. This is definitely going to hurt the networks. I think YouTube has to deal with the NFL. They're cementing itself as the most powerful force in entertainment. YouTube and the NFL. The league chose YouTube as its Sunday ticket partner in part because the service aims to be much more broadly available. So beginning next year, there will be one entertainment provider that receives more than $1 billion annually from Paramount, NBC, Universal, Fox, Disney, Amazon, and YouTube. They'll also get about $50 million annually from Apple. So we're talking about how the NFL is going to take in $120 billion over the next decade, not just from legacy TV companies, right? Your Hollywood-owned companies, NBC, CBS, Disney, and Fox, but the three most powerful tech companies, Apple, Amazon, and Google. With the traditional pay TV bundle in serious decline, Disney CEO Bob Iger said traditional TV is marching toward a precipice. Okay, it gives the league exposure to companies impervious to those issues, and that may even benefit from it. I think what's going to happen is more people are going to subscribe to YouTube's TV, or TV on YouTube, whatever the hell they call it. I don't know what they call it. We have Hulu. We might switch if they keep jacking their rates, but people are going to subscribe to watch football, and then they're going to hopefully hang around to watch other content. The only problem I have with this is I think we're going to have a lot of small content creators get drowned out, but it is what it is, right? Sunday Ticket is a product that's existed for a long time, but it's a product that is embarking on its next breakthrough phase in terms of distribution. And it's going from a very particular form of satellite distribution to something that's much more broadly available. That would be YouTube. In a media universe where every company with an attachment to legacy pay TV bundles are sweating, not only are those companies seeking optionality, but the league is too. So basically, they're admitting that the reason they're pushing NFL onto YouTube is they know that the audience is declining on the networks, right? And network TV is waning, and people aren't watching as much Hollywood-produced content as they were before. They're not glued to their 3 channels, 24/7. The 11-year deals inked over the last year with Paramount, Disney, NBC, Universal, Fox, and Amazon represent a toe dipped into the streaming water, but the deal with Google's YouTube is a major expansion. I don't know if it's so much of a changing of the guard, but an expansion of distribution and an expansion of the ways in which fans can interact with our sports and our league. There's no question that digital platforms have only increased in audience over the last several years, And in our interest at the NFL is getting our content in front of as many fans as possible. Again, they're going to get more people on YouTube. And to the extent that fans are assembling on digital, we want to be there in a meaningful way. YouTube, which controls the most popular streaming video platform on the planet and the largest virtual multi-channel video provider in YouTube TV, I guess is YouTube TV, is also being given leeway to innovate both in product and pricing. They said the league wants YouTube to offer Sunday Ticket at an accessible price point. YouTube has the freedom to price the product the way they think the market wants it. So this is really interesting though that they're doing this. I wonder if Hollywood gets desperate enough, if they would consider producing and releasing shows on an a la carte basis on something like YouTube. Not for their own streamers, but like, hey, we'll put it on YouTube. How it could backfire, because we've seen this before, is if an official network or official YouTube channel puts out a video and the video lands with a thud, like look at the official Star Wars channel, it doesn't get a lot of views, and then the general public can look at that and be like, yeah, hey, that's not very popular. That'd be a good way to greenlight shows, right? I mean, it would be an amazing way to greenlight shows. Put a pilot on YouTube. It's been done before. Has Been Hotels, one example. Annoying Orange, I guess you could count that. And just be like, hey, we're going to put our stuff out there. We're going to let the public decide if there's a market for it. And if we rack up a couple of million views, then we actually sink some money into it instead of just spraying and praying. That might be the better way to go. But Hollywood's pretty stupid, so I don't know if they're gonna think that way. Anyway, guys, it's gonna be another year full of very interesting news. I was worried that we were gonna run out of things to talk about next year. I don't think so. I think Hollywood is gonna keep shooting itself in the foot, and we'll be here for it, and you'll be here for it. We'll all be here for it. Talk to you later.